What? Hey, everyone. It was supposed to be, that was a mix between everybody and everybody. Lara Joseph here, owner of the Animal Behavior Center. I had mentioned that, here's Molly, education lemur from the Indian Creek Zoo. We're sitting here, I'm sitting here on my computer, at my computer. Yesterday, Wednesdays, I train out at the Indian Creek Zoo in Lambertville, Michigan. I'm the director of animal training out there, where I train all the animals and putting a training team together to train all the animals. Anyways, yesterday on the Animal Behavior Center's Facebook business page, I had posted, I think, at least 3 live stream training sessions. One was on alligators, training the alligators, and it was my first time ever going live, showing the training of the alligators. And I believe it was Lisa. Let me scroll through my, yep, she had said that she says, this is where I find the training challenging. There's so much going on at once. Are you training a station, all feet on floor, taking the food? So I want to answer her questions, and then I'm going to show you guys some videos and show you the progress where I began with the alligator training, some of the complications we were having. What's up? Some of the complications we were having, and our progress. So yes, to answer your questions, Lisa, where was I stationing? I was training the alligators to station. Priscilla, the female, stations on the left. Elvis, the male, stations on the right. I'm going to show you some videos that shows you where they were not stationing and why station was important. And then your second question was, I was targeting Priscilla, well, both of them, but Priscilla was the one I was focusing on. I need all 4 feet on the floor, because I'm going to show you some training. The first training session I recorded, where she has 2 feet up on the gate and her mouth is snapping everywhere in the air. Somebody else had asked, I know I had posted yesterday, I am bridging at the time the animal is taking the food. Priscilla was taking the food, and sorry, I'm trying to prevent a lemur on my laptop. The reason I bridge at the same time she's taking the food is because I'm trying to train her how to take the food. Let me show you some video. And yes, I trained her to take food predictably out of the side of her mouth. Those of you that know me, do I use routines in training? I will. Not a big fan of them unless certain circumstances, because when routines are broken, behavior issues, it causes behavior issues, and it can cause anxiety. Sorry, I'm sharing my table. It can cause anxiety in the animal. So in the beginning, I will be very predictable to certain animals. If I'm working with undomesticated animals, if I'm working, because I work with a lot with zoos and wildlife rehabilitation centers, if I'm working with an animal that has come out of the wild that is hurt and cannot be released, I use a lot of routines, because with routine will come predictability. And I need that animal to be as stressless around me as possible. So I will be predictable in the beginning. So it puts the animal more at ease in understanding exactly what I'm getting ready to do. And I do this through a process called shaping, reinforcing real small approximations towards the target behavior, towards the desired behavior. But after the animal understands the predictability and the routine, I know why Rico's screaming. Then I'll start varying that routine, because studies also show that with routine or with predictability comes boredom. And isn't that the truth? Okay, I'm going to flip the camera around and show you some, hopefully a lot of you have seen the training that I did yesterday. If not, I'll finish it up with today. And if you have not, or you think you're going to miss any part of this, join our email newsletter list. I'm going to write there it went. I'm going to write a blog, or not a blog post, but an email newsletter list, or email newsletter on, sorry, I just had some splash all over my computer, on the different types of training that we do and why. And you can find that at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. Our email newsletter list is right at the top of the page. And we have an email newsletter getting ready to go out. So as I clean off my computer, better prepare for the unpredictable because it's always happening. Let me turn this around and show you, let's start showing you where I started with training alligators. Okay, so here's some of my zoo training files. I record all training sessions. This is where I began. This was my first recorded training session. Let's turn. Okay, see how no movement. This, I believe, is Priscilla. I won't know until she starts moving. So the alligators, and then, okay, we've got motivation. So when we first started walking in the alligators enclosure, they would just lay there. They didn't move. Now, through repetition, all I'm trying to do is learn these alligators, understand them. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is Priscilla, because look how she's acting. Watch. All I'm looking for is if I have motivation, and I do believe I do. We've got Elvis coming up in the background. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Turn this down a little bit. Here comes Elvis. Nope, maybe this is Priscilla. I can't remember. I'll find out the longer the video goes on. Okay, so I'm looking for potential behavior concerns. I'm trying to understand them, learn their body. This is Priscilla, because that's what she does. That's what she did, past tense. Past tense. I've been training her for a couple of months, okay? See, if I am in, when they go on exhibit, which they're about ready to be moved on exhibit, this is Elvis. This is Priscilla. This is the one I train consistently. I train them both, but my concerns are with her because when she's on exhibit, guess who still needs to keep training them? Yes. So I need them to understand through training, and training is communication. I need them to understand, this is what I'm asking of you. So this is before I even taught him to station. So there's Elvis. You see how easy he took. But watch her. So I just said, I need to train you how to eat. Okay? I don't, if she's on exhibit and I'm in her enclosure, I can't have her, and she was snapping at the air everywhere. She wasn't looking for the food. From the best that I could tell, she was just smelling it and snapping anywhere. And then she would raise on her like this. I don't want this to be happening if I'm in their exhibit with them. Okay. Obviously, I'm not paying attention to where the camera is. Okay, so next one. So this is training session number 2. Shaping a cue. So I need them to understand that I'm starting to cue them. Now their enclosure is much longer than it is wider. We're going in and moving this black tarp so they can, but they're not having a problem moving around now. But see, I wanted to show this because you can see there's really no organization and no stationing happening right now. What stationing means, and you're going to see it, they're stationed. Priscilla is now always on the left. That's Priscilla. See how she's just kind of looking everywhere for the food? So in this video, what I'm still trying to do is trying to figure out how to deliver the food to her. We have a system now and a training regimen where food is always delivered. Oh, I thought it was over. They just stopped moving. Okay, so you hear that tap, tap, tap. That is the cue. Your food's up here. And you saw Priscilla just react to it. So we're going to keep that going. Yesterday we were discussing. Good. So you see me bridge. You heard me bridge, which the word good. Let me back that up real quick. So I want you to see that. Tap, 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 and then she responds to it. And you hear me say good as soon as she responds. So what I'm doing is shaping a cue. I want her to know when she hears that tap, 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 here comes your food. Or I'm calling you to this area. This one, let's see what I named this one so I can tell you. Oh, need 4 feet on the floor. So what a station means is go to an area and not move until cued to do otherwise. Pretty important with alligators or something like giraffes or macaques or any animal. Those of you that know how I train, a target and a station is one of the first things I train. So a target means touch a particular body part to an object on cue. So here I'm training Priscilla. I need all 4 feet, all of your feet to remain on the floor. Not up here where she has been. I hope that makes sense. So I'm cueing her to a station. This is beginning stationing. So I'm cueing her, and see how nicely she took that food. Awesome.
Elvis
so,
has no problem with this.
And here's Elvis.
I'm gonna wait for him to get turned around.
So I'm beginning training, stationing Elvis, training Elvis to station right there. There's his cue. He didn't respond to it, so I pulled the food out immediately. So I'm teaching him contingency here. When you hear the tap, 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 you get so many seconds to get this food. That's how you start getting behavior quicker, faster. Tap, tap, tap. And here, Priscilla's like, I know what that means. So she gets it. This is some of our beginning training. She keeps responding because these sounds are environments that Molly's familiar with. Hopefully this makes sense so far.
Let's see if she really is here going back and forth. This could be a little touchy because it's hard for them to turn around.
I think right here, yep, I'm just teaching her, follow the cue. So she's not even stationed, she's not even trained to station yet.
Easy there, killer. Literally.
So she's, okay, she's got 2 feet up, so I pull the food. So this is called differential reinforcement. Not that you need to know that, but it means reinforcing one behavior while extinguishing all others. So I'm extinguishing, your 2 feet come up here. I am taking as many reinforcers as possible and eliminating them from your environment. There she goes again. So you can see she's got a history of being fed here with 2 feet up. Or maybe she's just following the scent of the food. So differential reinforcement, I'm extinguishing this behavior, and then I'll reinforce continuously another behavior, which is all 4 feet on the ground. Oop. Yep, that's the end of that. So, sorry. But you see how all 4 feet went on the ground, the cue came in. Here's your food. So that's a beginning training. Let me see what this one is. Sorry. Okay, this is beginning stationing. So Lisa had commented yesterday on my live stream that there was so much going on. There is a lot going on. And here I think I'm boring you guys. So I believe this is Priscilla, Elvis. Elvis, we need him to station on the right. Priscilla stations on the left. Consistently. Okay, cue. She responded to it immediately. Obviously, this training session, she still needs to get how she accepts the food. Okay, I did bridge and reinforce, and she had 1 foot on the bar. I may not have noticed that in that training session, but this is why it's really good to record your training sessions, because I see things like that, and I'm like, oh, that's why that undesired behavior may still happen. Differential reinforcement. Here I'm just testing to see if she's reacting to the food and seeing how she'll react to my foot in close proximity. So she gave me behavior I did want to see. I always plan for an accident. Hey, Austin, yes, you made it. You are very welcome. Cuter, bam. Beautiful. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Putting her into station, target all 4 feet on the floor, cued her, cued him. They're both responding to their cues. So consistency and predictability in the beginning, 1, 2, 3, bam, good. So I've got them into position now. They're on their stations. They will only get fed at this point forward if they are on their stations. On the left, Priscilla on the left, Elvis on the right. There's a cockatoo in the background. No, that's not. Okay, she's right where I wanted. I cued her. Bang, bang, bang. Got it. Calling Elvis.
Good.
And I bridge as he's coming up. That's how you train a recall. A bridge, for those of you that are members of the Animal Behavior Center, that's our online animal behavior and training program. A bridge is a sound or signal that tells the animal that's the behavior that earns you your reinforcement, as it bridges the gap between the time you deliver that reinforcer. Cueing her, you heard me bridge, deliver reinforcer. I've got him into position. That's exactly where I want him. Tap, tap, tap. Good. Elvis got his reinforcer. These guys, tap, 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 bam. So let me pause this for a second because I want to show you guys. Because I've got additional video, but I'm not going to be showing it here. Predictability leads to, this is where predictability has its place. I've written a paper on that. You see me tap, tap, tap. She swings her head to our left. Bam, that is the only way she gets fed now. When I say tap, tap, tap over here, she has to swing her head just like this. And she knows.
So let's get Elvis on the right.
You'll see in the next training session. That's predictable. That's how I taught her how I want to eat, how I'm going to deliver the food. Good. This is just the beginning stages of that, because it prevents all of this mouthing that was happening. So I make it really predictable to her.
Good.
Make sense? See, I'm to her. She's got to swing her head to our left.
Good.
Bam, predictability. That is the way she eats every single time now. And they're beginning on their stations. Tap, 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 swing your head, good. And make it really predictable. So that way, and at this point, I am not feeding her any other way because they're getting ready to be moved on exhibit. I need that to stay consistent. I don't want any variation in her training right now. Good. Okay, let's see what I'm doing here. Okay, and then now I want to show you guys the our Facebook live stream from yesterday, and I will explain to you exactly what we're doing.
Kiss.
Okay.
Fellow trainer and zookeeper out here at the Indian Creek Zoo in Lambertville, Michigan.
Yada, yada, yada.
And you are going to see our first live stream of training some alligators to
Alligators.
station, which means go to an...
I want to tell you guys, it's really hard. This is my first live stream yesterday with the alligator training. I'm still working with Christy, and she's still learning how to understand and work with Elvis. So you'll see, it's really hard for me to live stream and train at the same time. So let's turn it. So there they are on their stations. We walk up, bam, we haven't even started. Okay, Priscilla on the left, they already know their stations. You see my tap tap. You'll see me screw up a lot because I'm doing a live stream. Are they normally hand fed or just during training? Just during training, Lori. And the only time they get fed. What is she doing? The only time they're getting fed this meat that we're giving them is during training.
And then I cue her here.
Tap tap tap. There's that predictability I'm telling you guys about.
This is Elvis. This is a lot.
And Christy is training Elvis.
And explain. Good.
See it? There's that predictability again. Sorry, I know I'm being redundant and saying that over and over again, but this is where predictability has its place. It's so important. So you see them on their stations.
but they both have to be in these positions in order to get the food that we don't deprive them of.
You're very welcome.
They just only get their favorite food when we're training.
So we ask everybody at the zoo, nobody else train them except for us at this point, because if somebody comes in and dangles some food and she goes on her back legs, there's your intermittent schedule reinforcement for undesired behavior. It's just the reason I train is using positive reinforcement and applied behavior analysis is because it is the best form of communication I have found with any animal.
So here
I need this animal to understand me, understand what I'm asking, and I will learn through target training the animal's body language and begin to understand them. And I treat every animal as an individual. I never assume things are the same among species, because that's when you put yourself in a dangerous position.
This is what I'm training. So Christy tapped.
So you see them staying in their stations. They're getting ready to go on exhibit. I'll take you guys with me. Good. See? Oh, love that. Bam.
Good. Nice.
So here yesterday with Christy, we were kind of struggling on how Elvis is taking his food from Christy.
Taking the food because we want them being predictable which side of the mouth they are taking the food. Oops.
And I missed. She missed. Nice. Okay, so a bridge is a sound or a signal that tells the animal that's the particular behavior that's earning you the reinforcement. So you'll see that I bridge her the same time she's taking the food, because I'm telling her, bam, that's exactly the behavior I'm looking for. And you see, they're both doing exactly what we want.
Or you can start bridging when he has his foothold right there.
So at this point, this is their favored food reinforcers. So the only time they get this particular food is when we come in and do station and target training, because it'll help behaviors happen so much consistently. So some of the training we're doing with them now, we're not doing live feeds because we're beginning training it. I am recording it. And you'll see all recorded sessions, but we're training both of them to accept a noose around their mouth. So right now I'm putting a target on their back so they understand, so I'm cueing to them. This is getting ready to happen. I don't want to go in and noose them and take all choice out of their environment. I want them to understand we are getting ready to do this. Because I need them to trust me. And like I said, I always plan for an accident.
So for now, we're with Lara, Joseph, and Christy Skin Kiss. See you guys. Hope you enjoyed this.
That was fun. That was fun. So hopefully that makes sense. But I wanted to go. Somebody posted on that Facebook feed that I had totally lost them on the training. That is, I never want to lose anybody on training and why we do certain things we do. So that's why I planned this news feed or this live feed. Right, Molly? So there's a lot going on. There's recall training. There's, in that video, there's recall training. There's responding to a cue. There's stationing, and there's target training. So stationing meaning go to an area and don't move until I ask you to do otherwise. That is really key for any animal. We do it with all the birds here. Molly already also knows. I just finished our third session of harness training with her. The harness is on. We'll show photos. But like I said, hopefully that has, you guys understand that. And all of this training makes sense. Here is why, guess who's targeting? Come on up. Come on up. What was I going to say? Totally forgot. Too many environmental explosions around here. I need animals. Like I said, I always plan for an accident. I always plan. Oh, I know what I was going to say. That is why. Hi, Dina. That is why I will not use. I don't use force, coercion, negative reinforcement as a staple in my training. I do not want to use force with them, especially on a consistent basis, because one of these days an accident may happen and I don't want to be involved in it. I need these animals to trust me, to understand me. I can't use force or coercion with Willoughby, the turkey vulture that's here for training. Definitely not as a part of my behavior modification plan or training. Because does it work? Yeah, but not without its consequences. And that is a main reason, but another main reason is I need that animal to trust me. I need that animal to understand what I'm asking. I don't want any questions involved in my training. If there are questions, time for me to tighten up my training a little bit and communicate a little clearer to the animal, because that's how we get Molly to accept the harness and be happy about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this session. Thanks for following my live feed. See you guys. Happy training. Happy training. Enjoy your time with your animals.